Hey, I'm Zan, and welcome to week 8 of the UNPL. This week we are playing Jakib, and his team, I'm going to throw it up on the screen real quick. If you don't want to hear me blab about the teams, you can go ahead, click the time in the top of the description. Other quick note about playoffs. This is actually the last game. I don't know why I thought we had one more week, but no, week 8's the end of the regular season. So, this game kind of decides it all. We are currently number 1 in the standings, which is kind of amazing. I didn't expect to be here. But there's so many people at the 6-2-5-3 line that a loss here could knock us all the way down to maybe like 5th or 6th or maybe even 7th if we lose like 6-0. So, name of the game today is just win. If we win with win differential, then we are number 1 for the season. So that's the goal. So we're bringing a ton of sweepers, a little bit of support, but just trying to blow through his team and hope for the best. So throwing the team up on the screen real quick, and you can see that our opponent has a lot of interesting typings. Like, that was the big thing with prep for me this week. Was actually, I also prepped for Ogopan Hearthflame. I definitely put the wrong one in my prep doc and prepped for the fire type one all the way up until maybe an hour ago. So that wasn't great, but we made some adjustments. I feel a little better about the team now. We were originally going to be an SD lead Lycanroc, but ended up deciding against it. I think I'm actually going to lead Ursaring, which is kind of weird, but I just want to do some damage immediately so we can see what our win con is going to be in the end game. Really just want to break down Skarmory with as much attack as we can. Essentially what we're bringing this week is an AV Hydrapple, pretty straightforward, Tera Fire, Tera Blast, Dual Stab, Dragon Tail. We've got a booster Roaring Moon for the first time. I think I've brought booster. We got pretty basic, like standard booster attack with Dragon Dance and then knock Earthquake Acro. Just really good coverage into his team. A little bit of defense for the Arcanine. We've got the Scarf Magearna, just 4 attacking moves. Not even Trick this week because I think the Scarf is going to be very relevant throughout the game. Got the 4 attacks, Guts, Trailblaze, Ursaring. We're hoping to lead it, Trailblaze, and then be faster than everything other than the top 3, turn 2. Can do some damage, get some damage on the board. We've got Life Orb, Lycanroc, 4 attacks, just hits everything on the team really well, and Assault Vest, Quaquaval, Dual Stab, U-Turn, and Ice Spinner hits everything on the team really well. So very straightforward team this week. We're just going to kind of send in Pokemon one at a time and try to break as much as we can before the next one comes in. That's the game plan, and we just got to hope we don't get swept first. So let's get straight into the battle. Alright, we have found our opponent. He is Tera Arcanine, which is terrifying, but also I'm kind of glad Dodrio's not here. We do see the Noivern. I was back and forth about whether I wanted Accelerock on Lycanroc for Noivern specifically, but I'm glad I ended up going with it. No face cam again this week. I have just got some crazy stuff going on with my face, and I don't really want it on camera. I'm a little self-conscious, you know how it is, so it's fine. Good luck, have fun to Jakib. I'm a little scared of that Tera Arcanine because I feel like Banded Head Smash might just wipe my team. I guess our Scarf Magearna is very important. Lycanroc is important. CC is always going to be super effective. And Roaring Moon is important. Earthquake's always going to be super effective. And then Quaquaval is important. So Skarmory is the lead. We're going to see if it is Rocky Helmet. If it's Hazards, that's fine. We didn't bring anything really weak to Hazards. We'll just go for Trailblaze. Where Tera goes specifically to make him not want to click Body Press immediately. He very well could. I don't think it ever one-shots us. We're faster than the Skarmory, straight up. That's surprising. We get a speed boost. We do take Rocky Helmet. And Stealth Rock. Okay, good. So now something is going to take a ton of damage. Thunder Punch does 2-hit KO most forms of Skarmory. So we're just going to go for big damage. Stays in. Thunder Punch should do half. Does do half. Pretty much max Fizz Def. Body Press will knock us out, but I'm okay with that. Does go for it. I could have Terra'd, but he had 2 Pokemon faster, so it doesn't really matter. So Ursa goes down. Skarm is at half. So we have options on how we want to knock this out. Could definitely go Hydrapple, but I don't really want to Terra immediately. I kind of like going into Magearna here and going for Volt Switch. If Ursa comes in, we're not feeling great. So maybe I should have Terra'd there, but yeah, because that would have meant Hydrapple looks pretty good into the rest of his team. Okay, now I'm in a bit of an awkward spot because I don't know that CC KOs from this. I can check. No, CC shouldn't KO from this. I think I am going to have to go Hydrapple and Tera, unfortunately. I do really like saving that Tera for late. I'm going to go Magearna. Executive decision, last minute. Flare Cannon has a chance to KO, weirdly enough, but Volt Switch is definitely safer into everything that's not an Ursaluna. I think there's a lot of things that could come in here. I'm hoping it's not just AV Ursaluna, but there's definitely a chance. I do threaten, like, Shift Gear. Alright, just lets me Volt Switch. This will knock out Skarm. Nice. Okay, don't get 6-0'd, so maybe that saves us a differential spot. And we get a boost, but it's irrelevant. We know that the Skarmory was super slow, also. So, that's fine. Skarmory being gone actually opens up so many of our attackers for the endgame, especially Roaring Moon. So, what do we want to bring in here? We would pop our booster. We bring in Lycanroc. Lycanroc threatens pretty much everything with a ton of damage, and at worst, speed ties Ogerpon. It is also one of our win conditions, though. What's this answer to Quaquaval? It's just Hatterene, right? It's like a U-turn? Or it's Ogerpon? I guess his answer to most things is Ogerpon. So I will go into Lycanroc. Just because, at worst, we do big damage to something and trade off Lycanroc. This is one of our E-Speed resist, so I can check, actually. Well, he's not Terra Normal, so E-Speed's not as big of a threat. Ogerpon does come in. This is a speed tie, but I do think Hydrapple is relatively safe. At worst case, we see a play rough here, because I don't think we ever KO'd this with anything, unfortunately, because I did calc for the other Ogerpon. Yeah, CC would have done like 80 to 90. What is going on with your colors, Hydrapple? Does just U-turn, so this will hurt a lot. Ouch. Okay. And now pretty much anything can come in. U-turning on Lycanroc, that's pretty brave. But it was a very smart play. Can't fault him for that at all. So pretty much anything comes in here. Arcanine is the bringing of choice. Obviously, I don't want a Terrifier, and relatively obviously, I don't have a good Rock Switch in. Okay, so that might KO Quaquaval. That is insane. That does so much damage. I mean, Hydrapple is relatively important here, but now that we know it's not set up Ogerpon, I think we're just going to have to sack it. Maybe I'm playing a little fast. I'm going to Tera. I mean, definitely could just... Does Tera. Okay, so probably Head Smash, but Head Smash is 80% accurate. I guess I could have Giga Drained here. That would have been smarter, would have done more damage. Man, I was so worried about the Annihilate. It didn't even show up. So obviously this Tera only makes sense if he went for Flare Blitz, and if he went for Flare Blitz, he probably didn't want a Tera in front of me. So I imagine it's just going to be a Head Smash coming out. It's just a Head Smash. Alright, goodbye, Hydrapple. Just out of curiosity. Yeah, they did about 200%. If we hadn't Terra'd, it did 100% at base from banned. Like, we would have never lived that. So it's fine. He definitely could be Scarfed, I suppose. I don't think a Scarf or a Sphere knocks him out in one. It doesn't. Quaquaval potentially lives one. I mean, if it's Scarfed, it just deletes Lycanroc, and we're feeling really bad. But CC cleanly KOs him. Maybe I shouldn't have Terra'd there. Actually, it didn't matter. So if it's banned, I go Quaquaval, it's bad. If it's Scarfed and I go Lycanroc, it's bad. I think Quaquaval makes the most sense, because I do think we live one and we're able to boost. And we at least might have a chance of KOing. Yeah, Aqua Step has a good chance of KOing. And I just don't want to give up Lycanroc for no reason if he does happen to be Choice Scarf over banned. So I could be playing this really badly. But honestly, this was a hard matchup. I've been looking at it all week, and it's tough. There's a lot of things to deal with on this team. Unfortunately for our opponent, he is not allowed playoffs because he has not been uploading regularly. So I hate that for him because he does have a 4-3 record, and the way he's playing right now definitely could go up to 4-4, or sorry, 5-3 and tie me. But the upload schedule he had a rough time keeping up with it. So unfortunately, there's not really much in it for him. So we do get the Aqua Step on the Noivern. Hurricane should not KO us if he's Scarfed. An Ice Spinner should KO him. So he's not Scarfed. This should be a clean KO. And it is. Okay, good. Noivern was another Pokemon I was really worried about because a lot of my Pokemon beat Noivern on paper, but the sets I'm bringing don't. Also, apologies if you hear the washing machine in the background. It's laundry day. All right, so we are now at +1/+1. Ogerpon comes in. I'm seeing that close combat one-shots this. Now, if it's defensive, maybe not. But this might be the only chance we boost, so I will just drop a CC. Alright, and goodbye Ogerpon. So 2 down. Hatterene, Ursa, and Arcanine to go. I do think Hatterene probably lives one, maybe. We are at +2 now. I think Hatterene definitely lived one earlier, but... yeah. Defensive Hatterene definitely lives one. Quaquaval is so good into the rest of his team, though. I may just U-turn. We're at +2. If I U-turn, what do I go out into? I've lost my switch-ins. I guess we go Victra. Yeah, because Quaquaval, if he's Scarfed Arcanine, is still my best answer to it. And Ursaluna, we have a really solid matchup into. So I actually am just going to go for a +2 U-turn, which is kind of hilarious. Does do about half. And I guess we just go into Magearna to prevent any kind of Draining Kiss shenanigans on the Roaring Moon. We do threaten a Steel-type move here. And he goes for Draining Kiss. Okay, good. Glad we didn't go Roaring Moon like we have in the past and just eating a Draining Kiss to the face for no reason. Alright, so that Hatterene looks to be max HP. It is also leftovers. So our Flare Cannon should cleanly KO unless he's max Spadef. And even if he's max Spadef, 2 Flare Cannons KOs. Okay, switches. Ursa? Arcanine? Ursa. This should hurt. Does over half, but it looks like another one may not KO. Oh, and it's Berry. Okay. Citrus back up. So that is pretty invested Ursa, from what I can tell. So, I'm going a little fast. I'm going to slow down here for a second. Hatterene is at like 60%. Ursa's at about the same. We'll say 70. Citrus. Leftovers. Citrus was used. So what's our way to win? This, very important, I would say, as a rock resist. I think Roaring Moon may be our weakest link at this point, if not Lycan. Lycan helps us confirm Scarf versus Band, but otherwise, well, actually I like Lycan better than Roaring Moon here, so I will go into it. Vacuum Wave obviously is an option. It would have absolutely deleted Lycanroc, but I think Roaring Moon takes one. We're pretty Spadef. We do Booster. any Blood Moons. This should do 70 to 80 if it's max. Yep, just about. Vacuum Wave will knock us out if he has it. So we can confirm the Vacuum Wave. No item actually means knock doesn't KO. And Acro is actually our better move. So we'll just go for that. Does have Vacuum Wave. Okay, good to know. So I don't think we want to go into Lycan here. Vacuum Wave only does about 50% to us, and CC does knock him out in return. Other option is obviously Quaquaval. CC will KO, and then we're kind of in the same spot we were before. I think that's fine. We go this, we force progress with CC into U-turn. Even if he switches, hard switches Hatterene, that's okay. Because Aqua Step, I don't think KOs max health. So we'll just drop a CC. Unfortunately, no mid-ground. A water move would be nice, because 2 Aqua Steps might KO the Hatterene from where it's at, but I don't think so. So I think we do this. We U-turn it back into Magearna. Flare Cannon again. Hope the Arcanine isn't set up. Okay, Ursa switches out. So it's either 4 attacks Ursa or Calm Mind. Does go into Hatterene. CC won't do much. It'll do like 12%, give or take. A little bit. When you turn, the worst case, I think it's a Nuzzle or like a Healing Wish into the Ursa. Because we're running out of resources to break the Ursaluna. So we'll just drop a U-turn. Oh, hard switches. Okay. So we get a U-turn onto the Arcanine. This is what we want in on the Arcanine. So now we have to say, is he banned or is he Scarf? Because Lycanroc beats... Okay. Lycanroc beats banned. No, they both lose to Scarf, huh? And they both beat banned, technically. I think Lycanroc is actually... safer? Maybe? Actually, with this, if he's Scarfed, he has to Flare Blitz. And then we can go into Quaquaval after. The only problem is, do we even KO Arcanine? Flare Cannon should do a lot. It may not KO, but it puts it in Accelerock range. So I think that is our play. Because our Lycanroc does... Oh, this may not have been the play. It may have been Lycanroc. I'm just scared of Scarf Tera Rock Head Smash because I feel like it's already one-shotting everything, so why do you need the extra power from Band? But maybe it actually is warranted. And I'm just going to go for Flare Cannon. Alright, it is Scarf. So, knowing that, we can go back into Quaquaval. Scarf Blitz is doing 40% to us. We Aqua Step twice to KO Hatterene. Yeah, this knocks out Blood Moon and Hatterene at this point and takes a hit. It takes a Vacuum Wave, sorry. So, switching the Arcanine would be worst case for us. Okay, and it doesn't switch. So just don't burn me with Flare Blitz, please. Okay. I didn't calc to see if Aqua Step KO'd. It does? Okay. That was a little inadvisable. So Arcanine is gone. Hatterene probably comes in. We are at +1. So Aqua Step is a roll, and if it's defensive, it's not in my favor. If it's just max HP like I calced before, it is in my favor. Regardless, it is our play. We do get the KO. Okay, so I think Quaquaval cleans up here. If that hadn't KO'd, Hatterene's on 1%, let's say. Lycanroc comes in, Excel rocks the Hatterene to knock it out, and then we are sitting at, what, 78% after one Life Orb hit and rocks? or sorry, we would be at 75, so we go to 65, and Vacuum Wave would do like 50 to 60. I'll calc it while we're attacking, actually. So we knock out the Ursaluna, and I do believe that means we're number 1 for the season, which is huge. Okay, Vacuum Wave did 56% max to us if he's max special type modest. Cannot do any more than that. So we had the game in the bag regarding disregarding a Vacuum Wave crit. That's the only way we lose that battle. So GG's to Chakib. I think we played it decently well. It kind of did what I said, kind of firing back and forth, just trying to get the KOs. But in the end, we did win. We are number 1, and we are going into playoffs, I believe, with first pick. So we get to pick our opponent out of 5 through 8, maybe. I don't know who I want to pick. I need to look at all the matchups, but I need to put a little more time into it, unfortunately. But we will be back next week or the week after with playoffs. And yeah, we will see you there. Thanks for watching.